What up, what up? I guess by now everybody has heard The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. And everybody is tagging us on Twitter. Myself, Mike D, and Coop right here. And everybody wants to know what Coop thinks about it. Coop, what was your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I woke up today to a lot of messages on a lot of different sites from a lot of different people about this record. And I find it to be a little bit troubling, to be honest with you, because this kind of like people have to understand when you all are going crazy over this record, you're kind of making my point for me about him being away for so long that things get kind of like skewed in a funny way. It's like people are so happy to hear him back. I don't think they're really hearing what's going on, which is not a lot. And I don't want to overstate it because, well, he's not somebody that I judge by his singles. And, the Heart series is not something that's ever been released on his albums. And I definitely don't think this is about to be the one that is. I mean, I would also maybe venture to say this might be the weakest Heart one that he did, the weakest of the Heart series, which is probably why he added the visual aid. When the visual aid is the dopest part of your music, that means the music's not there. Like the video doesn't supersede the quality of what's going on. And so, production wise, what we have is a lazy effort because they essentially took the Marvin Gaye "I Want You" and looped it over and over. There was no real beat work or production work done. And so, although I get the sentiment, the whole Mother's Day sentiment, the whole soulful sentiment, the whole Black expression sentiment, all of those things are conveyed better through the actual visual aid than the actual music itself. I mean, Mike, you said it when we talked behind the scenes very early this morning that pretty much this is a word salad. These are word salad verses, and he's really not connecting. I spoke on the last episode about like landing that jab. That's part of what made Ali the greatest of all time. It wasn't just the way he thought and moved. It was that jab. He had something that he could consistently connect with. These punches or these jabs on this record really aren't landing like on a lyrical level. Like if you were wondering, like this record does nothing to make me say it's like, oh yeah, this is what we've been waiting 5 years for. It makes me say, that's what you did after 5 years? Like that's your first introduction back into us? Because it's not a bad record, but it's not a good one either. I mean, and what exactly is he explaining about the Black condition and what level is he taking it to? That wasn't already explained thoroughly on To Pimp a Butterfly, because I feel like it sounds like a To Pimp a Butterfly, like studio session track that wouldn't have made it. It's like, in between takes or something, somebody plays some old school shit. You're like, oh, no, loop that, play that. Let me rhyme to that. And then you go get busy. But that's the type of stuff that typically doesn't make an album. And it definitely isn't the type of thing. I saw somebody say it gave him Stevie Wonder, like songs in the key of life vibes. The Songs in the Key of Life is one of the most masterful pieces of music like ever made. Kendrick doesn't have like a song that even belongs on that album. And so once again, his hiatus had created like this level of anticipation for him, and this song is just not delivering that.
I'm going to read you that comment or read the people that comment you're alluding to. It was one that was sent to me by my guy Mark. And yeah, it was on the YouTube channel under the video for Kendrick's song, Heart Part 5. Rashida A says, "This piece has shifted something within me. Akin to charity, I felt the first time that I heard Tupac's Brenda's Got a Baby back in 1991 and Stevie Wonder's Ass. The familiar feeling that knowing you are no longer who you were before hearing this song is immeasurable. Thank you for making it happen." What do you think about comments like that and just the overall adulation that Kendrick is receiving from this piece of work?
It's completely absurd. The quality's just not there. It's an old beat. I mean, like it's on a rap thing in the sense it's like if you just kind of throwing this out, it's cool to just throw it out. But once again, in relationships, let's not even go all time. Let's just go to his peer group. Does this measure up to any of the stuff you've been hearing Cole throw out lately?
No.
Right. So it's like, well, Cole is the guy that he's measured against most. So let's not make this an all-time conversation. Let's just not, we don't have to include Big and Pac and Nas and Jay or Stevie on songs in the Key of Life or Tupac on Tupacalypse Now. We don't have to do any of that. Let's put it up against what Cole been doing. This doesn't even measure up to what Cole's been getting busy with the last 18 months, and that's who he's compared to. And so quality-wise, he's not even measuring up to the person that most people have said has been his stiffest competition. And they've also said it in a manner like, well, that guy's distant and away from Kendrick too. And even I have alluded to that at times. We're in a different day.
Give this song a letter grade, and then we'll get out of here and prep people for our Wednesday show where we can really dig into this a little bit more.
I mean, the beat is a D. The lyrics are like a C plus B minus. Like, no, it's a C plus lyrically. Like, so I'm gonna give it like a C minus overall. It's a C minus record. It's cool. It better not make the album. If this makes the album in any sort of shape or fashion, we have a big, big problem. And I want to leave with this note too. If he's naming this album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and I've brought this up before, I hope he's not titling himself Mr. Morale. Like, nobody has been grouped with Chuck D the way that he has. And I want people to understand this, and this is where we're going to leave it. I need him to stop using the word bitch if he's such a black leader. Because when I've been going back and listening to his catalog, like, he uses that word, Mike, more than any other word. But he's looked at like he's righteous as some sort of leader for our people as well, like within this hip-hop community. You know what I mean? It's a little polarizing when it's like he utilizes it in slick ways, and I'm not above it either, Mike. What's my favorite Kendrick record? Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe. Yep. But that's what I mean. So it's like when you're doing this black soul artistic expression, we special, we special, we special. Okay, like, stop calling our women bitches, man.
Well, I'm going to say this, and we're going to get out of here because I want to talk about this more on Wednesday. Like, that whole line, I'm an Israelite, don't call me black no more. And a lot of these things, these underlining themes of black people biblically being cursed and all that, I'm not really with that. And it's conflicting,
We need to unpack that on a deeper level when we have more time, for sure.
All right, well, we'll see y'all Wednesday. You know how we go live on Wednesday from 4:30 to beyond. And yeah, we're going to really talk more Kendrick, and you guys really gas this one up. Let us know what y'all think in the comments of what Coop had to say.